All right, reviewing everything from yesterday real quick. We got the two formulas for circumference, 2 pi r and pi times d. If it gives you the radius, I would use the 2 pi r formula. If it gives you the diameter, I use the pi times d formula. We got any trouble doing these right here? Gives you the radius, use the radius formula, plug it in, type the calculator numbers, get your answer. Over here, I use the pi times d formula. So that'd be pi times 13. I think that one's 40.8. What is the deal when it says exact?
Like you don't round it.
Don't round anything, which means all I'm working with is the numbers. So on this one, it would be pi times 22. I only got one number, 22, can't do anything with it. Put the pi behind it, you got your answer. On this one, I would do 2 pi r formula, so 2 pi 7. Again, what can I work with?
7 and 2.
The 7 and the 2, just the numbers. 2 times 7 is 14. Put the pi behind it. Are there any questions on the basic right there? All right. Then we went to the formula for arc length.
No, this one.
If it says find arc length, I'm going to use this right here. So if it says find arc length of whatever, I'm using what's in the box. If it says find anything else, arc measure, radius, circumference, whatever, I'm going to use the top formula up there. So it's all depending on what they say. So for these, what is it asking me to find? Length. If it's a length problem, I'm going to know that the length is equal to the measure over 360 times 2 pi r. So for this one, what's the degree? What's the measure?
120.
So I would have 120 over 360 times 2 pi 5 in this case, and I think it was 10.5. Go to the second one, same formula, same process. What's my degree?
60.
So 60 over 360 times 2 pi 10, and that one worked out to be the same thing. Remember why? Why are those two the same? What did I do with the angle? 120 to 60.
Cut it in half.
I divided by 2, cut it in half. What did I do with the radius from 5 to 10? I multiplied by 2, so I divided by 2 and I multiplied by 2, that makes it the same thing at the end. Over here, if we start with BCD, that's the big one, so that's 210 over 360 times 2 pi 7. Was that the 25.7? And then how do I find the length of BD down here? What's the angle that goes with BD?
Do 360 from 110.
If I do 360 minus 210, that tells me I've got 150 left. So that would be 150 over 360 times 2 pi 7, and that one's 18.3. All right, so that was the length problems. Then we went to, this one says find the measure. So if it says find measure, I'm going to use the proportion. Where does the arc length part, this first part, always come from?
Outside.
The outside number. So in this case, it's what?
38.
So that would be 38. 2 pi r, radius always comes from the inside. So 2 pi 12. The arc measure, well, that's what I'm looking for with that m right there. So measure of RS over 360. Where does the degree always go every time? Above 360. The angle, the degree, always goes over 360. How do I solve this equation now? If I do 360 on both sides, those cancel. That gives me that, so I have 360 times 38 over 2 pi 12. What was that one? 181 or something? All right. So tell me how to set up, let's just do the second one right here. How would I do the second one?
15 over 2.
The outside part over 2 pi r.
8.
Why are we using 8 and not 16?
Divide by 2.
I need radius, I don't need diameter. So when it gives me diameter, I'm going to take it and use radius. All right, so there's my 15 over 2 pi 8. The degree, that's what I'm looking for. Always goes over 360. Do my cross multiplying. Those cancel again. 360 times all of that.
107.4.
Any questions on those?
It's just a formula, that's all.
You just gotta remember the formula. Did we do the one with circumference yesterday? Alright, if it says find circumference, what I'm gonna notice is the formula for circumference is already in that equation. Which one is it? It's 2 pi r. 2 pi r is circumference. So I'm gonna take out the 2 pi r and replace it with c. And then I'm gonna plug in everything else. Where does the arc length number come from?
Outside.
The outside, so that's my 4. The arc measure is the degree, and that always goes over 360. Then you've got a simple equation of proportion, so you cross multiply. 60c equals 4 times 360. 60c equals 1440. Divide by the 60, and you wind up with 24. Alright? Alright. Give me the setup. What goes where?
11.2 over C.
Alright, 11.2, that's always the outside number for arc length. I'm taking out the 2 pi r and putting in C because I'm looking for circumference. Arc measure is 103, there's my degree, over 360. So I cross multiply. What is the 360 times 11.2?
4,032.
32. Divide by the 103. C. 39.1.
Oh, they're putting the wrong number, but is that right?
Where did you get 16? Oh, you thought that was 16 as well? It would be 16.2. I mean, well, you thought it was 162.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did it right based on what you had. All right, look at this one. All of these are saying, here's the circumference. Go back and find the radius. We're going backwards. All right. Well, I start with the formula for, in this case, radius. So that's my 2 pi r. All right. Well, it tells me what C is. C is 52, so I'm going to take the C out and put the 52 in its spot. I want to solve for R. How do I get R by itself? What would I need to do to this problem?
Divide.
Just divide. I want to get rid of the 2 pi. So guess what? I'm going to divide by 2 pi on both sides. Now, when you type it in the calculator, make sure you do it as a fraction. If you do 52, the divided button, 2 pi, you're going to be wrong every time. So make sure you do these as a fraction. What we got? 8.3. All right, so tell me what to do on the second one here.
C equals
Got my formula.
120. 160.
So 162 is my C.
2 pi r.
Divide by 2 pi. And get. Now, what if I went back to number 1 and said, all right, give me the exact answer?
You would leave pi on there.
All right, first of all, I'm not going to work with the pi part. I got down to this part right here. This was the last part we did, right? 52 divided by 2 pi. Now, what did I tell you to do when it said exact?
Just, you don't, just
Do the numbers. What is 52 divided by 2?
26.
26. Where is the pi? Top or bottom of the fraction?
Bottom.
It stays in the bottom. 26 over pi would be your exact. So using that same process over here, I got to where it said 162 over 2 pi. Work with the numbers. What is 162 divided by 2?
81.
Where's the pi at? So it's going to stay in the bottom. Now, am I saying that it's always going to be in the bottom? No. But in these two problems, it just happened to be. Coming to the last one over here. It's asking me to find diameter. So which formula should I probably use? If it's asking me to find diameter, which formula should I probably use? The diameter formula. C equals pi d. Well, C in this case is 43 equals pi d divided by pi is So 43 divided by pi is
43. 13.
the decimal version.
13.7.
All right, so there's my decimal version. What would the exact answer be? I'm at 43 over pi. What would I do with 43 over pi?
Leave it.
Leave it just like that because I can't do anything with the 43. There's the only number there. Pi I can't touch. There's my exact. All right. Here's what I want you to know on this. It's saying find the radius. I want you to find the C just like we did a minute ago. Everybody good with that? So find the C just like we did a minute ago. All right. Arc length, where does arc length always come from?
Outside.
Outside. So there's my 12. We just said we replaced the 2 pi r with C. Arc measure is 105 over 360 because the degree always goes over 360. Do my cross multiply, 105C, 12 times 360. 105C, how much is that 12 times 360? 4320. Divide by the 105. And C is?
41.1.
All right, so C is 41.1. But what's it asking me to find?
The radius.
The radius. Well, now I'm going to do that problem we just did a minute ago. I know what C is. So I'm going to plug it into the C equals 2 pi r formula. And then how do I find R? What did we do a minute ago?
Divide by 2 pi.
Divide by 2 pi. So what is 41.1 divided by 2 pi? All right, so if it says find R, what are we going to find first? We're going to find C first and then use the circumference to find the radius after that. If it says find diameter, I'm still going to find C first and then go back and find diameter after that. All right, this one says find diameter, same process. Find C first, then find diameter after that. All right, so give me the equation and set it up.
8 over C.
8
over C
equals 63 over 360.
All right,
Yeah.
it's outside part for the 8, whole thing is C. Part of the circle degree-wise is 63, whole circle is 360. Cross multiply 63C, 8 times 360. What is that, 8 times 360?
2,880.
All right, divide by the 63.
45.7.
So there's my C. Now it's asking me to find diameter. I'm going to do it both ways. One way is to do the 2 pi r formula. So I'd say 45.7 equals 2 pi r divided by 2 pi. Somebody tell me what that is. Is that the 7.3?
Yes. That's right.
All right. But notice, what did I just find?
Radius.
I found the radius, and it wants me to find diameter. So how would I take the radius and turn it into the diameter?
Multiplied by 2.
I would take that times 2 to equal diameter and get 14.6.
Wait. I thought you could do the pi with the D.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So 2 ways. This is doing the radius way. If you wanted to be more efficient about it, you would say, well, since I'm finding diameter, I'm just going to go straight to the pi times d formula and say 45.7 equals pi d divided by pi. You should still get 14.6, but it goes straight to that. So whichever way you want to do it. If you want to be one of those people that always does the radius first, that's fine, but just make sure you double it at the end to find diameter. If you want to go straight to diameter, do that formula and you're good.
Wait.
First thing you need to do is look and see what you can get out of the circle up there. Well, look at what it tells me up here. ADC and BDC are the same. Well, if it gives you information like that, you're going to have to use it for some reason. Well, in this case, if this part is 70, and I want to know that, or know that these two things are the same, how can I figure out what those numbers are?
Take 360 and subtract 70 and divide by 2.
So I got 360 minus 70. That leaves 290 degrees split into two equal parts. So 290 then divided by 2,
45.
so I get 145 for each one of these pieces. Again, they gave me that ADC equals BDC for a reason, and it was to figure out what those numbers are. Well, when it says the little M out front, measure, what is it talking about? What am I looking for when it says measure?
On the arc.
The degrees. The degree for the arc. BCA. Well, now BCA is this part. Right here. How many degrees is that?
290.
290, because I need everything except the 70 right here. So when I did 360 minus 70, that told me how much BCA was. All right, so the degree is 290. What about BC? This part.
145.
Well, we already figured it out. It's 145. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this other one down here that's got the measure, number 5. How much is BAC? Yep. Because what am I doing? I'm taking the 70 and the 145 right there and adding those up. So I've done all the ones that have the degrees. What do all the rest of them ask me for? The length. How do I do length problems? If it says length problem, that's the degree over 360 times 2 pi r. Again, that's what I'm saying. You've got to know. Oh, it said length. No, well, that's how I do length problems. So when it says length of BCA, I need the degree for BCA first, which is?
290.
So 290 over 360 times 2 pi r. What is r in this problem?
7.
The 7. All right, finish that problem and then do number 4 and 6. All right, how do I finish this one right here? What do I get? 35.4. What is the setup for number 4? What's the degree for CB or BC? 145 over 360 times 2 pi 7. Notice the only thing that changes is the degree. Everything else stays the same. Should get 17.7. And then length of BAC, I use the degree over 360 times 2 pi 7 and get 26.2. Now, do my answers make sense? Well, the 145 should be the smallest answer. It is. 215 is the next, so it should be next highest, and the 290 is the biggest, so it should be the biggest answer. So you can at least kind of double check yourself and make sure they're looking right when you get done. All right, last thing, copy this chart down. All right, what's the first one asking me for right here? The length. Well, how do I do a length problem?
Degree over
Degree over 360 times 2 pi r. What's the degree in this problem?
100.
The 100, because the measure is degree. So that would be 100 over 360 times 2 pi 4, because it told me the radius was 4. How much? 7. So I'll line up with 7 for that one. We'll look at the second one. This one right here. It's saying find the measure. Again, if it says find anything other than arc length, I'm going to do the proportion. What's the rule for the proportion? You do the arc length over 2 pi r, and then degree over 360. Well, arc length on this problem is 5.7 over 2 pi 8, because it told me the radius was 8. The degree, the measure is what I'm looking for, over 360. How do I solve that? Do my cross multiplying and get how much? 20? 52? I'll just do 20.5. All right. Well, then the last one says find the radius. Well, what did we do when it said find radius? We found C first. So So I'm going to say length over C is degree over 360. Do my cross multiplying. Make sure that's 3240. Somebody. 9 times 360.
Yes.
All right, and then do 3240 divided by 75.
That's 43.2.
Is that my answer?
No.
No, he's asking me to find R. So then I would have to take this and say, okay, well, C equals 2 pi R. 43.2 equals 2 pi R divided by 2 pi. And you said what?
Wait,
How much? How much?
wait.
12? No, 20, that can't be right. 43.2 divided by 2 pi. You got to do it in a fraction, remember?
6.9.
All right, so that's everything. That's all the ways to do it. The chart is nothing more than the stuff we did before, but in chart form, so it shouldn't be a big deal. All right, we'll finish it tomorrow.